Hello and welcome. You're watching Live and Breaking with me, Gini Narula. Now, the 4-day ED custody of Kejriwal ends today. ED is expected to produce Kejriwal in Rouse Avenue Court 11:30 a.m., which is just a short while from now. The probe agency is also expected to give details of interrogation of Kejriwal so far in court. Meanwhile, the security has been heightened at the ED headquarters in Delhi, with police barricades put up at the premises. The latest development comes a day after the opposition Indie Bloc's mega rally in Delhi on Sunday against the arrest of Kejriwal. Now remember viewers, Kejriwal was arrested on March 21st and has been running the government from ED lockup since then. My colleague Riyanka is joining us. A very good morning to you, Riyanka. Now, the 4-day ED custody of Kejriwal ends today. Now, ED is going to give details of interrogation of Kejriwal in the court. Take us through the details.
Well, that's right. 4 days of ED custody ends today for Arvind Kejriwal. Remember, this is in total of 10 days that the ED had already put in Kejriwal in its remand. Well, what we're expecting that any time from now, literally any time from now, Arvind Kejriwal will be taken from the ED headquarters to the Delhi Rouse Avenue court, because the hearing is listed for at around 11:30 a.m. Well, today what we see that the ED may or may not seek an extended remand for Arvind Kejriwal. Remember, under the PMLA, the Enforcement Directorate can seek 14 days of custody, but 10 days are already over, so 4 days are left for the Enforcement Directorate to take the custody of Arvind Kejriwal. Now, if the ED does not seek an extension, it is likely that the ED is going to go ahead and demand a judicial custody for Arvind Kejriwal. This is what we are gathering from our sources. On the other hand, the ED is all slated to produce before the court all the probe, all the investigation and the updates that they have been receiving during the entire probe for Arvind Kejriwal in the last 10 days. Remember, today several developments are going to take place. We have to wait and watch what happens inside the court, what the court goes ahead and declares in terms of an extension or rather a judicial custody. Well, at this point in time, the ED continues to claim the fact that Arvind Kejriwal has not been cooperating well. Now, if we talk about the digital evidence as well, 4 phones were in fact recovered. Out of the 4 phones, data of 3 phones have been completely retrieved by the Enforcement Directorate. The 4th phone is of Arvind Kejriwal, as we initially had also reported that Kejriwal is not giving out the password for his phone as claimed by the Enforcement Directorate and told at the court as well. Kejriwal continues to maintain the fact that it would be not possible to give his password because there are data that could be leaked in terms of the election strategy. So several developments might take place in terms of these lines when it comes to Kejriwal. Well, we see how the opposition and also the Aam Aadmi Party are all coming in support of Kejriwal and calling the entire arrest and the remand of Arvind Kejriwal as politically motivated. So we will in fact be bringing you all the details that will come in from the court, as the hearing is going to begin in around 20 minutes from now.
Right. 20 minutes from now. Right, Riyanka, stay with us as we are getting another news update that a high-level meeting is being held in Tihar Jail for the last 2 days. Even today, there's a high-level meeting in Tihar Jail at 11 a.m. in which, if Arvind Kejriwal comes to judicial custody in Tihar Jail, then in which jail number he has to be kept, and all preparations will be planned keeping in mind the security arrangements. Now, jail number 5 in Tihar has been sanitized. Going back to you, Riyanka, the news update is that a high-level meeting was held at Tihar Jail. What next for Arvind Kejriwal? Is it judicial custody?
Absolutely. As per the details that we are gathering from our sources, we are getting to know that there have been high-level meetings going on at the Tihar Jail for the last 2 days, and it is likely that the ED might go ahead and seek judicial custody for Arvind Kejriwal. And if so, then in which jail number will he be kept? Well, earlier also we reported that jail number 5 is being prepared for the Delhi Chief Minister, and the jail number 5 is being sanitized as well. In fact, today also there is a meeting that was supposed to begin at 11. We will of course share the details in terms of the meeting, whether it's underway or not, but this crucial meeting was supposed to be held at the Tihar Jail today as well. In the last 2 days as well, there have been this crucial, the key meeting of the officials that have been taking place if Arvind Kejriwal will be sent to the judicial custody or not.
Right, Priyanka, stay with us. There's yet another news update coming in. The ED has retrieved data of 3 out of 4 phones seized from Kejriwal's house. Now, only Kejriwal's phone could not be opened yet. The 3 phones whose data was retrieved included the phones of Sunita Kejriwal and staff. And now Kejriwal's phone is still switched off. Kejriwal is not telling the phone password. Kejriwal is continuously not telling the phone password to ED, citing the election strategy being leaked. Now, Priyanka, Arvind Kejriwal's phone, of course, has been retrieved, but he's not sharing the password. Take us through the details that the ED has gathered to be produced in court today.
Well, as per the details, 4 phones were recovered by the Enforcement Directorate. That included the phones of Arvind Kejriwal, Sunita Kejriwal and the staff as well. And now, the details that we are getting at this point in time, that out of the 4 phones, 3 phone data was recovered by the Enforcement Directorate. The 3 phones include the phones of Sunita Kejriwal and the staff. When it comes to the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's mobile phone, well, it remains to be switched off. And as per the ED's claims, Arvind Kejriwal has still not cooperated in giving his password to the central agency, citing leak of the strategies for the election. Well, at this point in time, the ED is neck deep into the investigation and is trying hard to get into Arvind Kejriwal's phone in order to build up its probe and build up a strong case against the Delhi Chief Minister. Well, in fact, today as well in the court, it's in all likelihood that the Enforcement Directorate is going to go ahead and tell the court why at this point in time Arvind Kejriwal is not giving out his phone password. We are also going to see whether the ED will seek an extended remand or demand for a judicial custody.
Priyanka, thank you for those updates. Well, it remains to be seen what next for Kejriwal. Now, in an attempt to present a united front protesting the AAP Supremo's arrest, the Indie Bloc has organized a Maha rally at the Ram Leela ground in Delhi. Calling it Save the Democracy rally, there seems to be opposition's yet another bid to mirror the same redundant mantra of blaming BJP ahead of the Lok Sabha polls. Here's a comprehensive report on the story.